Welcome to the Fantasy Football Profit Podcast, hosted by Craig Phillips and Jeff Torrey. Visit us at fantasyfootballprofit.com. And now your hosts.
Welcome everyone to the Fantasy Football Profit Podcast. I'm Craig Phillips, joined as always by Jeff Torrey. And today we're talking mailbag for week 7? Week 7 already? We're going to be halfway through the regular season after this week, the fantasy regular season, which is crazy. We got some questions from you. Let's start us off. First question from Heat R Sick. He says, I have Breece Hall as RB1. Then he has Eno Benjamin, Tony Pollard, Rashad White, and Damian Harris, who's hurt. Do I pick up Latavius Murray from the Broncos and start him? I don't think so. I think I start Pollard. Just hope for the best. They did say Melvin Gordon's going to start this week. So,
of course.
What does that mean? I don't know.
I was going to say, I didn't need much to beat Craig last week. Didn't need much from Gordon, but 0.8, I didn't get it done.
No, it didn't happen.
I don't know.
Pollard.
Yeah, I mean, I still think that
Murray's
I don't know who you have to
too.
drop. Yeah, but Murray's not a bad player to get because I don't necessarily believe in any of these guys necessarily. So I think that getting a deeper bench would be great, but I do think that you start Pollard and then go from there. But I do think he's a good pickup because I don't know what's going to happen with any of these guys, in a couple more weeks.
And then a second question from him is, who would you start this week? Corey Davis, Garrett Wilson, or Wan'Dale Robinson?
Very good question.
They're actually very close in the ranks, I would say.
They are.
I say for me, I'd probably still throw Garrett Wilson in there. He hasn't done much lately, but I'm still probably going Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, I mean, Wan'Dale hasn't, I don't know. That would be a gut feeling, but if you're going him or Corey, I would have to go for the upside with the young guy.
All right, let's go. Carlo, he says, would you trade Josh Jacobs for Amon-Ra St. Brown? He says, I'll get St. Brown. I have Saquon and Breece Hall, so Jacobs is his third. I guess it depends on what your other receivers are. I don't think I want to do that trade, to be honest.
Really?
Right now. I don't think I like Josh Jacobs the way he's been playing right now. He's one of the few workhorses in the league right now.
Yeah. You could play all three of those guys if you have a flex position.
It depends on what the receiver situation is.
Yeah, I don't think it's a bad trade. I think Amon-Ra is going to be great. So I don't hate the trade. But you're right. I mean, it's harder to come by running back. So you have to make sure St. Brown is the guy you want. And you can, getting rid of your third running back is a little risky when we start going into the bye week area.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely, I would say so. All right. Steven says he has Michael Pittman, Chris Godwin, Jalen Waddle, DeAndre Hopkins. Who's the odd man out?
Oh, damn. That's a good quad.
I think it's easy for this week. I think you just keep Hopkins on the sideline this week.
Yeah, well, that would name the other three again. I would usually say yes because of that, but because they need him so desperately that he should be healthy. He should be fine.
Yeah, Michael Pittman, Jalen Waddle, and Chris Godwin are the others.
Ooh. Yeah. Shoot. Yeah, actually, you might be right. I would have a hard time sitting any of the other three, to be honest. And especially I maybe would have went Pittman if it wasn't for the fact that I think they're going to have to throw a lot again. And he looked really good with Ryan slinging the ball 50 times last game. So yeah, I would agree with you actually. Hold out, make sure that the offense is going well. I think Hopkins is a good play though. I don't hate that one, but you have really, nice wide receivers.
All right. Max asked, would you trade Joe Mixon, Michael Pittman, and AJ Dillon for Austin Eckler and T. Higgins? That depends on how much you think Eckler is better than Mixon. That's really what it comes down to me. Because Pittman, I like Pittman personally. Maybe I like him slightly better than Higgins. Not everyone's going to feel that way, but worst case, they're fairly equal, I would say. It really becomes, do you because you're also giving up AJ Dillon, which again, he hasn't done much, but
Yeah, he hasn't. I mean, you're giving up assets, but I do think that I think I would actually pull the trigger on this. I do like Pittman a little more than Higgins, but I think I like Austin Eckler quite a bit more. And I just don't trust Mixon to turn it around completely. I think he'll be a fine player, but I think Eckler has the ability to do a lot better. So I think you come out of it ahead.
Yep. I'm with you. I think Eckler's just that much better yet. So, all right, brother Coffee Bean. He says, should I be confident enough to start Kareem Hunt or JD McKissick as his number 2? He's somebody who had Cam Akers and just didn't work out. You're going Kareem Hunt there.
Yeah, Hunt. Yeah, that one's not close, and you'll have up and down with that one. Some weeks you're going to feel like a genius. Some weeks you're going to feel pissed off. But yeah, I mean that would be the way to go. He's not a bad play when like you said, Akers didn't work out.
And so then I'm talking about a flex for him then. So then if let's say he starts Hunt, right?
Yep.
Out of his flex, would you start Renfro or McKissick?
I'll be honest, I'm kind of leaning Renfro.
Me too. I'm with you there.
I think they need him. He's supposed to be healthy. I'm going by a lot of reports here, but I do think that he's in line for a little bit more work, and he caught 4 balls last week. So I would lean that way.
And then also one more thing, he says, if Cam Akers is he a drop candidate? He doesn't have trade value now. What do you think of either picking up Deion Jackson or JaMychal Hasty worth a pickup? So I would say if those are your options, no, because Deion Jackson's been a good couple of weeks fill in, but if Jonathan Taylor's back, he's worthless. Yeah, I think you just keep Akers on the bench and wait and see where he goes. If he gets traded, if he gets cut, what happens with him?
I'm not a huge Akers fan, but I do
just
think,
wait and see, I guess.
Yeah, they have to be getting rid of him, right? Because there's no way. I mean, whatever is going on, there's no way that no team is going to take a shot at him. And there's plenty of teams that need a running back. So I would wait. And as soon as he gets traded, his trade value goes up because everyone's going to be wondering, like the question mark box, like, what are you going to get? And you can trade him then. And I would trade him before he plays his first game. I would try to ship him out.
Yep. All right. Matt says, should I try to trade Lamar Jackson for a better receiver? He says his quarterbacks are Lamar, Stafford, and Geno Smith. Receivers right now are Debo, Lockett, Duvernay, Elijah Moore, and Devontae Parker. Elijah Moore didn't even get a target last week. Or do you just ride it out?
I ride it out.
Yeah.
Dude, I would not feel good about playing other quarterback like Geno or Stafford right now. So Lamar is that guy that can get you a ton of points. He's been playing pretty well. He's one of the few, like we were talking about, like the top 4 quarterbacks that actually are producing. He's one of them. They're hard to come by. Good pick. Try to do it in waivers. Don't trade him for a wide receiver.
Yep, I'm with you. And then Bretty Spaghetti says, who are you starting? Half-point PPR. Is it Kenyon Drake, Drake London, or Wan'Dale Robinson? This week, I'm going to start Kenyon Drake because J.K. Dobbins was out of practice today. Not looking good. I think there's some issues there with that knee.
I would agree with you. Yeah, I hope that Dobbins is not hurt, but even with that, he did enough to make sure that even if Dobbins was playing, they're probably splitting carries or something because they're bringing Dobbins along slowly. So yeah, I would agree with you.
And then final question. This is from the Discord. Jay says, "Do you trade Najee Harris for Kenneth Walker?"
Oh man, we've already come this far, huh? That is.
I'm doing it.
Yeah, I think. I think I'm going for upside. I will say this: Najee is still safer, but I would. But I think Kenneth Walker has more upside with what's going on in Seattle. So I would take the risk and I would go ahead and do that.
Then actually one more question from the Discord from Jay as well. He has to start sit question. Who are you starting at flex? Christian Kirk, Romeo Doubs, or Curtis Samuel? I'll go Kirk.
Yeah, I would too. Doubs, he just hasn't. No one's really grabbed it there. Yeah.
He's not bad, but he has a good matchup against Washington.
A couple decent games, but I would go Kirk. He's been having a pretty solid. I feel like. Do you feel like he is going to regress here soon, or because he was actually a lot better than we thought he was going to be?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's just gonna be okay. I don't think anything special, but just be okay. But I'd pick him over those guys right now.
Yeah, me too. I do agree.
All right, well, that's going to do it for Mailbag. So keep getting those questions in. If you need more questions, head over to the Discord. Link is in the chat. You also can go get some great NBA picks. I'm on fire to start the year 9-1. on NBA props. And
Yeah,
actually,
Craig,
I hit two little parlays too, so I'm really 11-1 so far.
I'll say Craig is going wild in the NBA. He's gambling there, and he also just got back from the Pistons game, which, if you're a Michigan fan, Detroit, man, they're going to be a fun team to watch. So that's super psyched. And
they might only win 30 games.
Yeah, it'll be a fun 30.
I wore a Golden State shirt to the game.
Dude, I actually did watch part of that last night. Who doesn't want to watch Golden State trounce the Lakers?
Yeah. Good times. But all right, that'll do it for today. Talk to you guys next time.